Hi everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of our podcast series, The Founders Lab with Krishna Kumar. And as always, we have Mr. Krishna Kumar, AI architect and MVP specialist with us today. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Nice to be with you again.
Yes.
On
of
today's
course.
important topic of MVP startups.
Yeah.
It's very important today.
Yes, it's great to have you back here.
Okay.
So in the last episode, we talked about building the MVP quickly and getting it out as soon as possible. But the founders will reach a stage where they feel like, okay, the product is ready. From your experience, what does ready actually means?
There are multiple types of ready here. One is demo ready.
Okay.
It's ready for a demo. The second is the developers ready. The developers give you a demo and all works fine. And you check it, it works fine on your system. Then finally the readiness, the real readiness is market ready. Whether your system is ready for the market and your ICP is the most important thing. Unless your system is ready for your ICP, this doesn't make any sense. Everything is junk.
Okay, that sums it up simply.
Yeah.
That's interesting, and especially now with many founders building fast using AI tools and vibe coding. So, where does it makes sense that it's building up fastly, but where does it actually start to make problems, or where does it actually start?
Yes, that's a very important thing because a big hype of vibe coding and AI coding is in the market. Everybody talks about that, but in reality, nobody knows what it is. It's good to get more views, more impressions, but in real sense, it doesn't make any proper output for the founders or for the market, the people who are going to actually use it. Vibe coding, what does it mean, vibe coding? Vibe coding is the wrong word used for that. It's basically giving a prompt and telling to write something on the lines of what it has learned from yesteryears. That is the LLM or different AIs that's available tools. It's all running on the LLM of either ChatGPT, OpenAI, or maybe Anthropic, or maybe DeepSeek, or maybe Manu's AI.
Yeah.
They have their own experience that's been learned and trained into the system with a set of different data available across internet being scrapped and used. And that's what is the Bible for these LLMs. They refer to those for questions. With those references, it even hallucinates that this can be this way, and that is where the coding happens. Coding is basically, to an extent, for something new or out of the box, is hallucination. Human beings hallucinate. Yes, they have a back memory behind that. They have experience behind that. They have a learning behind that. What AI has, what you have taught it, or what the founders of those LLMs have taught that. Whatever data is available in the open market. All applications that's in the market running great is not available. The code is not available for training it. It's on the smaller things that's being trained. And it's all AI is basically having data in a database, picking it up from there as per the references you have given and remolding it to give an output to you.
Okay.
In a easier sense, it's like lots of puzzle blocks lying in a box and you are the AI, you are picking up the puzzles and trying to fit it.
Okay.
How easy it is, how correct it is, unless you know what the actual puzzle is. What is the logic of the puzzle? What's the people who are going to use it for? These are the most important things. Now, any tech founder, fine, he may know something of database, he may know of the data flow, he may be able to give to the prompts to an extent correctly. A non-tech founder, what this vibe coding is called, can he ever tell the LLM what it actually needs, why it is needed, and for whom it is needed? If these questions are not properly elaborated, what you are going to get is junk. And why do people don't understand that? It's good. Vibe coding can be used for landing page. fine. Because landing page is created off the fly. Anybody can create it. There is no customer journey that's mapped to this. And now someone may argue that LLMs can map customer journeys. Fine. Now how does that happen? LLM actually creates the landing page for you and creates the customer journey based on this landing page for you. It's not you create a landing journey and then create a landing page on that. That's the difference in vibe coding and human coding.
Okay. But isn't it like blindly trusting AI and depending on AI's knowledge?
Exactly. See, people developing an application is like teaching the computers or telling them, not more than teaching, is telling the computers what needs to be done at every point of time.
Yeah.
The smaller the time, maybe in microseconds, forget it if you're using seconds. Each second, each click, each move of mouse, what needs to be done is being told to the computer.
Yeah.
And it's always good, always logical, always meaningful if a developer does that.
Okay.
How about the computer telling them?
Yeah.
Computer telling the computer itself to do that. So both are robotic.
Yes.
So that is where people normally get stuck. Vibe coding is good for a prototype. I suggest always use vibe coding for a prototype. It will give you ideas. You can generate multiple ideas, multiple layouts, multiple landing pages, multiple kinds of form, multiple layout of form. But actually, to the extent of prototype, or some people call it a MVP, I call it a prototype, it's fine. After that, you need real human hands on that to build it properly with the perspective of a human mind.
Yeah.
Because your customers are not AI.
Yeah.
Your customers are human beings. So unless we understand what that human beings will be thinking, their way of working, their thinking process, this doesn't make sense anywhere.
Yeah.
It drops out in between.
Yes. That makes completely sense. And this eventually leads to something we all hear about every time. It works perfectly in my system. Like, why does it work perfectly for the founders or for the developer, but it messes up when the real users show up?
Yes, I had this experience maybe a decade back when we were building something. I was too new into that, 1.5 decades back. I was also new into this as an architecture level. And my team was also not that kind of experience that we used it. We had built up something that worked perfectly fine when we used it. It worked perfectly fine when our customer used it. When it goes to the market, it goes to get crushed. So now the real problem is I am a developer, if I have example, I am using it in my high-end systems.
Yeah.
The world developer systems.
Yeah.
Number is all updated because we are into tech space. Secondly, we know the flow of data, how it should flow from where to where.
Yeah.
Same way, my customer, or for whom I am doing it, or the founder, he knows the flow of data. Being a founder, he is always using a high-end system, he is a techie guy, he is fine. Founding a startup in the tech space, he gets the new systems, he's all updated, all the softwares are updated, so it runs on him. Now the major constraint here is, this scenario changes. Because here, I am using, or one or two his friends is using it. There are 3 or 4 people using it. When it goes to the customer, there are lots of people using it. It puts the load on the system, number one. Number two, different customers have different kind of systems. They are not all tech savvy. They don't know what this is. They're trying to learn from what you see on the screens. So unless it's easier for them to learn, understand by seeing the UX, that's why UX is so important in this user experience. Unless they have that kind of experience, they are going to stop using it. That's one of the things on the superficial level or the top level. Go one step deeper, you have flows that miss. For example, user signs up. After signing up, he gets an email to verify his email. He never goes to that email, he never clicks on that, and he verifies. He finds he cannot log in. Now, there are cases when he doesn't get the email because his email clients are so configured with security that your mails land into spam.
Okay.
And he never thinks of checking the spam because for him it's a nice product. Why should it go into the spam? You have one problem. Now either the customer tries it once, twice, he gets frustrated, he drops off and go. The second is he enters the date in the wrong format for his date of birth because you have not validated the date of birth there to be properly inputted, and that creates a problem. You have not mentioned that this is not for people below 18 years of age. This guy is 17 years, he is trying to punch in data. The system is not formatted or validated for that the date is checked upon, and you give output to him saying that you are below 17 years, you cannot sign up here. You don't do that. This guy gets frustrated. He tells this thing to 10 other people. Is this shit? Then the option comes when, as a developer or say a founder, you check the app, you go through the whole flow. This guy does something, 2-3 flows, he closes the app and goes away for something else. You miss it there.
Yes.
Either he has to do the whole thing again, or we should have an option that we can continue from where he is. That's not been catered for or captured for.
Yeah.
This is a few things. He taps a button, but he doesn't know what this button actually stands for because the text on that button is not clearly telling him what this is for. Your language should be of maybe grade 6 or grade 7 or grade 8. This guy is of grade 3. How would you understand that?
Yeah.
This is another problem. So these kind of problems are the ones that normally face when it works on your system or doesn't work on my system, or when it works both our system doesn't work when it goes to market. The other is the infrastructure. Your system, you put up low-end servers because you want to reduce cost there, and you tell, hey, we'll upgrade it when it's needed. Now, when is that needed? You do a marketing campaign, you have 100 people, 200 people coming at one shot. You don't have the time to upgrade that. That should be pre-planned.
Yeah.
Is there anyone who can take care of that pre-planning? No one takes care.
Yeah.
Because you don't have the budget, you're cut short there. You don't have a team that can do it overnight for you. So that doesn't work.
Yes.
These are the kind of problems that normally, the superficial level problems normally happen when it goes to the market. And then the founders start beating the head of the development team that your system is not right.
Yeah.
It's not that always his system is not right. It may be your infrastructure, or maybe that particular flow of data is not captured for. Because during the building of the initial scope of development, you wanted to cut corners, you want to reduce price, so removed a lot of unwanted things.
Yeah.
Removed a lot of research timings, removed a lot of documentation stage, discussion stage has been removed. This is where you get stuck.
It's the attention to small details and the long-term thinking that is missing in this.
Exactly. See, basically, normally this happens is when you cut cost.
Yeah.
You go with a very small scope, saying that this is a small project, Nothing is small if you want to do it properly. If you are aiming to get 100,000 customers, nothing, or 50,000 customers, nothing is small. Everything needs to be taken care of. Unless you are planning to run this for 5 customers, it's fine. All these things can be bygotten or can be skipped.
Never underestimate your own product.
Exactly. It's like, no, you dream of becoming a billionaire with 100,000 or 200,000 customers, and you want to expand geographically across the world. And when you start the development process, when you start hiring the development team for that, when you outsource that, you tell them it's very small.
Yeah.
And you cut costs there, the development time is cut and reduced there. Then what happens is, it's like the story I told you of a baby. It becomes your baby, so you like to keep on polishing it, keep on adding functions, keep on adding bells and whistles into that. Whereas we are not even validated with the market, with our ICP or customers, that do they really need it. I did suggest or advise the startups basically, start small with one problem area, solve it, don't keep placeholders that is coming soon or coming soon. Put that one small thing in the application, launch it to the market, create a distribution channel which people forget it. In the run for a startup, people have a tendency of getting the money and then investing the whole money into development. Whereas development should not be around more than 40% of the 45% of the cost. That's the maximum. Normally, I suggest an average should be around 35%. 15 to 20% should go for the infrastructure, and the remaining 45% should go for marketing. Unless the people know about you, your customers know about you, it's like you are building something and it's the best kept secret in the world. You don't want anybody to know about it. That's what people are doing today. That's the reason why 90% of the startups get stuck. They can't expand, they can't grow, they don't get revenues, they don't get customers. This is the only reason. And the few customers they have, they drop off because your MVP is a minimum viable product and you are not able to grow that with customer feedbacks. Customer has even if you have 20 customers, they start giving you feedback. You should be able to grow. For that you need funds, which you don't have, you only spent in the development. You develop things with the customer never thought of, never asked for, or never want it.
Yeah. And may never use it.
They will never use it also. Exactly, because it's not their requirement.
Yeah.
See, bells and whistles is like buying a car, adding on extra LED lights, or maybe extra cushions in the back, maybe extra some perfumery. Those are add-ons. This is not his basic problem. His basic problem is he wants a car which can take him from point A to point B. If you can give that, then comes the comfort is that everything can be added on. It's additional value that you provide and you can build that for. The normal tendency is the startup take it as a baby and build everything in the beginning, and finally they find that the customers don't need it, or their ICP is wrong now. The ICP they were targeting, they are not looking at this either, or they have a problem or they have a pain, but it's not so huge. The pain is so not something that wakes them up at 2 a.m. in the morning. And the third is, question is, are they ready to pay to solve their problem? If this problem is not that important or painful, nobody will pay you for that. They can go ahead with this problem again. This comes once in a month, these problems, I can go ahead with that. If it's a daily problem which keeps them awake, yes, they're ready to pay you. That's what we should be building on.
So even if the product technically works, the user can still struggle and leave. So how big is the role of user experience at this stage? Is it really make or break?
It's 100% make or break. Because user experience is more than colors, more than fonts. It's more about layout. It's more about how easy it is to use and navigate across. Not how complex it is. What happens in this juggle of adding in new features, bells and whistles, you put in so much of complications in the UX that the UI becomes like you need to take a PhD to use that. And you don't expect customers to be so committed to you that they will go and learn anything to use that.
Yeah, of course.
You just think over, how did Apple get so famous? More than the features, more than the high cost they had put, it was about the user experience. There are so many steps to complete a simple basic action. So many data placeholders where you can keep on typing, which is not needed. For example, let me tell you, someone needs to sign up, he just needs to give his name, maybe an email for you, or a phone number for a validation, and he should be able to sign up. Whereas you make him fill the address, name, blah, 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 shipping and everything at the beginning stage, and including his photograph for the profile, it becomes cumbersome for him. Whereas he has always the option of going to his, after logging in, into the menu of the profile edit and keep on updating it. When he starts liking the application, he starts feeling that this is solving my problem, he will keep on doing that. Not forcing him to do everything at the beginning stage, he will drop off and go.
We ourselves do that.
We always. Do that. The best way is we try to sign up with Google or sign up with Apple, it does that, we are happy. If it starts asking additional questions, we don't sign up. I don't understand why don't founders look into their own life, their own experiences, and then try to implement something into the real when you're building something.
Yes.
It's like their own experiences are different,
Yeah.
and they think the customers are so painful, they will do anything for them.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. They have been with this pain for quite some time, and they will live on with it
Yeah.
till the time something good, something easier for them comes.
Yes. Even
How easy is it, buying a new MacBook and setting it up?
yeah.
No, isn't it? Why are people still ready to migrate from Windows to my MacBook? Because of easiness.
Yes.
People should understand that.
Yes. So, what about the performance? Like founders don't think that on the early stage. They always treat it like as a later problem. But when does it start to become a real issue? And how does it what does it do when it really hits?
I've been speaking earlier, one of my episodes, one of the podcasts, that it's because founders are thinking that development is the smallest part of the wheel. And for them, marketing is not at all a part of the wheel. Whereas development is the one major chunk of the deal, because that is your showroom. Unless you have a good showroom which performs, you cannot sell. People cannot walk in. That people don't understand. They don't look at it that angle. And with this vibe coding come in, it's all haywire now. Just I can vibe code and launch. If someone could vibe code and launch and make $1 billion company, why would any of these development companies, why would any of these software developers exist?
Yes.
They should have gone to farming, or they could have done that vibe coding and built up their application themselves better than you, because they have the experience for that.
Yes.
Why doesn't people understand that is the bigger question that I'm still trying to find an answer. I don't know what's the reason. People don't look at the inside when they get into a startup.
With the publicity of this vibe coding, there should be many startups coming up and becoming billionaires.
Exactly. So there is one more thing. This is one study that was conducted. Has the number of startups grown after vibe coding coming
Yeah.
in? In general, does not. The same percentage of startups which used to come 5 years back is still coming. Only difference is, initially 5 years back, 10 to 15% of startups got some growth, got some traction, when they couldn't expand and they had to shut down. But in today's world, 90 to 95% of startups don't even get traction, they fall before that.
Yeah.
If the traction is they're having is just a basic validation of 10, 15 or 20 or 30 people, customers, not more than that. Because after that, the system is not able to handle it. It has been vibe coded. There are a lot of logical issues, lot of infrastructure issues. The infrastructure cannot be upgraded because the softwares are not compatible for that. People who have been developing must have seen that the way the vibe coding tools develop applications, the database is so stupid. It's the base level which people used to develop when they are in schools. The kind of databases that were available 20 years back. It doesn't have the structure, doesn't have the complexity, it doesn't have the flexibility of growth.
Yeah.
The way the APIs are being coded in there, it cannot handle load. It runs fine, 2 people, 5 people, you never know it doesn't run. It runs fine. It's fast because you have faster systems. But actually going live, everything starts breaking down. It's like a pack of cards you're putting up. Everything crumbles.
Yeah.
One database query is wrong, the whole building tumbles over there. And people don't understand that. That's the reason more than 95% of startups never see the day of light. They just burn their money, they don't get anything out of it.
It always comes to fittest will survive.
It's not fittest of the survival, I'd say it's the survival of the intelligent people. Rather than people look into themselves, they use their past experiences and grow up on something.
Yeah.
Now people, it's why they are losing is they don't look at anything, just look at the social media and handle that vibe coding is everything, and they start spending money and building over that. Every guy who doesn't even have a proper business plan, a proper business logic, a proper revenue plans on that, they start building startups. how do you expect them to grow?
Yeah.
The plan should be that you cannot run a business without making money, unless your father is a big guy who is ready to help you do charity on that. And that too, there is a calculation of the money that flows.
Yeah.
Nothing is free. You cannot dig out money or pluck money from the trees. It
Yes.
has to come. The system has to generate at least its own running cost.
Yes. Okay, that brings me to something important, like about the mobile founders, mobile app founders. Like they feel like once the app is built, they can just put it on the app store and it will go live. It doesn't work like that, right? It's not that easy.
It's
right?
a feeling that I have vibe coded
Yeah.
and LLMs or AI should be right. It cannot go wrong any time.
Yeah.
And it has to be approved. Specifically, in today's world, as of today, Apple stores.
Yeah.
See, Apple stores doesn't care how you build an application. They don't care about the code. What they care about is how complete it is.
Okay.
Whether the privacies are available, necessary privacy restrictions, whether the security blockages are available or it doesn't leak. These things break off when you wipe code and bring it. It doesn't allow you to run additional applications within an application. For an Apple development review or developer review before approving an app is just that what I see, it was the customer see for the development team, for the approval team. Now, if you run something inside that, they won't allow that. And that's the reason you will find that while vibe coding, most of these vibe coding platforms, they allow you a preview or run the application within itself. And Apple doesn't allow that. Even testing Apple, it has to be on the store.
Oh, okay.
Even for testing purposes, it has to be on the store. Yes, they have a test flight option there, but it has to run through phone. You cannot directly install on your phone like you do with Android. An APK cannot be installed.
Oh, yes.
It doesn't allow you. Even Google is learning from that. Very shortly, within a point of time, it will also start blocking this.
Yeah.
Even Google has a very strong review policy where then the team there runs through your code, runs the application, reviews your code, make sure you are not doing something that is wrong for the privacy, security and the system of the users. And these things are not that easy.
Yeah.
It needs a full data flow, it needs to understand the full business logic. Does your vibe coding do that? No, it doesn't do that. And people come to know this very late in life.
Yeah.
By the time they already spent the money, they already doomed. Now, fixing the bugs created by vibe coding is another biggest problem. Because we are trying to read what a computer has written and the developer needs to understand the full flow. Then the bug needs to fix it. One small bug fix cannot be small. Lot of changes need to happen in that. Whereas in human developed, you exactly know how the data flows. You know what happens where. You can make changes faster.
Yeah.
Bugs can be fixed faster. Upgrades can be faster. Whereas all these things eats a lot of money, lot of time, lot of effort, lot of mental frustrations, emotional breakdowns
Yeah.
in startups.
Okay, that's a tough part to
That's the
be.
toughest part they
Yeah.
face basically. Unfortunate ones, without doing a proper research, as I mentioned earlier, without allocating proper budgets, proper money for developing a business, it's like a play game. A school child, children, or college student doing a project for their assignment.
Yeah. Yes.
That assignment needs to work only for the teacher to have a look that they have done something. It's not for real world market. The same is what we are doing now.
It only looks easier when we look from the outside. When we really get into it, then we really
You-
understand.
You
that.
know the heat of water
Yeah.
only when you put your fingers in there. Even your fingers are not that hot, you put your head, you know how hot it is.
Yeah, of course.
So that's how basically people understand it late and they lose all their patience, their peace of mind,
Yeah.
their money. They start getting frustrated with everybody in life.
Yes.
Lot of 90% to 95% of startups being broken down. Think about the number of people who are unhappy,
Yeah.
who have seen failure
Yeah.
from near heart just because they didn't take the right decisions, just because they didn't find the right funding, they didn't have the right ICP,
Yeah.
the right pain point, and the proper MVP which can cut their cost. They didn't have that. It's because they didn't get anyone who could guide them properly with their experiences. That's what we have been doing. We normally start talking to the startups in the early stages when they have the idea and the ICP finalized. We sit with them, we fine tune on them, we take a meat knife, chopper, and remove all the bells and whistles functions that are not needed for MVP. We guide them and advise them that only this basic pain area is what you should market. Get your market validated. These their customers are really going to use it. They are going to pay for it. The most important thing is now the trend is everybody starts giving free for maybe 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, just to grow the customer base. And that was a trend that came in, knowing that if I have this much customers, I will get funding.
Yeah.
Those days are gone. Funding happens on the annual run rate or on the MRR, monthly.
Okay.
The money that you get, the revenue that you get, money you get only if your joint customers use it, like it, and they pay for you.
Yes.
And unless that happens, your product is not validated. Don't think of adding bell and whistles in the early stages. Do that when only this is properly validated. That's what I tell my startups.
Many founders misses this in the early stage.
It's because of that emotional attraction for a baby. They think it's their baby and they need to keep on doing things for that. The second thing is, it's easier to keep yourself engaged. And what is engagement? You keep on adding functionalities. Going to the market is a riskier part because you don't know which customer is going to say no. It's a rejection. And people who are afraid of rejection, like the salespeople, why don't they ask the straight question that, do you have this budget? Are you ready for that? Do you have a fixed plan, fixed approved budget? They don't ask because the fear of rejection. No, I don't have comes the answer, then that customer is gone. Whereas this sales guy spends months with him talking and talking and talking without asking the right question. Same way, the startup founders keep on building, polishing, giving free. Some people use login, sign up, they don't use it regularly. You need people who use it regularly and are ready to pay you. That is your validation. The rejection is the rejection, you have to accept that.
Yes.
You fall when the height is less. Don't fall into a ditch so deep you cannot get back. You have lost everything you have made in your life. Don't do that. That's what's going to screw your life.
So what I have seen is as the product grows, the founders starts to layering it up with different tools like payments, email systems, analytics, customer support, and all. Does adding all these third-party layers actually makes the system complex, or what does it do?
It depends on what frameworks you are used for building it and how flexible those frameworks are, and finally who has developed it. It makes a lot of difference. If it's vibe coding, you have a lot of problem. If the been developed in a way that lot of cutting corners happen, you find it difficult because there has a build for that. Adding on additional things, it starts breaking down. Now, what happens is many a times an email client, a customer support module, a payment integration module, all works fine independently. You integrate into the main system, it starts breaking because your foundation that you have built with the database and with the codes, with the middleware front end is not capable of growing as you need. It has its limitations. That's the reason we say go for things that is robust, which can grow, which can scale. Do it piecemeal, but the foundation, do it strong. Don't cut cost on the foundations. If you cut cost there, then your building is not going to grow. Or you're going to get something down on the head.
Okay, so if the foundation is not wrong, adding these will definitely create the complexities. Right?
Exactly. If it's wrong, then it will create. Else, you can keep on adding things, keep on functionality. And Adding in any additional module into the system and integrating into the flow, always understand there is effort in that.
Yeah.
It's going to take time because this particular thing has to go in a lot of places.
Yeah.
It has to be integrated. A lot of validations need to be done. So that is always time consuming. It's not just like a puzzle. You pick up one brick and put it there, it fixes it.
Yeah.
It doesn't fix. You need to fix it there properly. Make sure all the wires go to all the places. It all lights up when you need. So that is important.
Yeah.
People need to be more educated on those lines.
Yeah. With all these issues stacking up, like the App Store rejections, bugs, and performance gaps, and all, the founder finds himself in an endless delay cycle. And he will definitely push the launch back.
Exactly.
So, what can a founder do to get out of this loop?
See, that's a very strategic question here. What he needs to do is he needs to finalize first what needs to go with my MVP. And he should restrain himself with great nylon ropes that he doesn't add anything as he goes ahead.
Okay.
He may find new ideas cropping up every second. You will find some new ideas. You will find something new in the news, something in the internet, something on your blog post. Don't get attached to those. Finalize, I am going to this, only this and only this and only this, and nothing else than that. Get the customers, launch it, get the customers, do the marketing, create a nice distribution channel, spend money for that, then only think of what next. And that thinking should be initiated from the customer feedback. Create a system for the customer feedback loop. That has to regularly come from customers. Some may give you knowingly, others you can capture with the analytics that their way of working, their way of clicking, number of clicks, timings of usage, how many times they use, you will get ideas.
Okay.
That analytics, use it and build over that. Don't look at what is available in the market. It's like you want to prepare a particular menu tonight. Rather than what you do is go to the market, pick up whatever you get and try to make this menu.
Okay.
It doesn't happen. You need to do only what is needed in that. Remaining add-ons can always happen.
Yeah.
There is a long time. Startup growth or a software development is something that does not stop. It's never perfect.
Yes.
For example, if you see every maybe month or 2 months or 3 months, maybe you find Windows giving up updates regularly to you. Right?
Yes. Right.
Windows has been built years ago, a biggest company here. Take Apple.
Yeah.
It gives you software updates.
Yeah.
With one version update, it gives small updates every 6 months or 3 months. Or there are times when it happens 15 days or 20 days also.
Yes, okay.
Small fixes. That is, we should understand from the big daddies that if they work that way, why are you thinking of a product that is 100% perfect, then only you launch?
Yes.
Then Microsoft would never have launched Windows OS.
Yeah.
Apple would not have launched iOS or Mac OS. Why don't people understand that is the biggest question I understand. Even the vehicle that comes new in the market has its own problems in the initial stages.
Yes.
How does it stabilize? It stabilizes from customer feedback. The people who actually pay for the vehicle, use the vehicle and give feedback. That is the feedback they are using for improvement.
Yeah.
Lot of things are improved by that.
Yes.
We should understand software development is never a thing that can end. There is no end to it. It's a continuous cycle of loops. Customer feedback, upgrades, loops, bugs, upgrades, loops. That's how it should go.
It's always knowing when to stop and when to take the right diversion, even if it's needed. Right?
Exactly. Knowing when to stop needs to be decided well before you start writing one line of code.
Yeah.
It cannot be midway. And where to upgrade, the customers will tell you. Look for signals, look for their voices. The people who pay you, they will tell you what to do. Why do you worry about that? It's their job to worry and tell you what needs to be done. You just need to pick up the best ones with the maximum feedbacks, implement it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can develop a software for the put analytics that any number of feedbacks in this line more than 15, I'm going to do that. You don't even need to read the other feedback. Still it will work. And on the contrary, you spend days, nights, sleepless night, midnight oils finding out what next I should build.
Yeah.
Surprising.
When the source of honest review is right in front of you.
Why do you drop it and
Yeah.
find it? Break your brains trying to find out what to
Yeah.
do. You should not be doing it. People don't follow the easier way of life. They're
Yeah.
making life complicated. AI is basically to make your life easy, not to make it complicated. Understand that.
So, sir, after everything we have unpacked today, the US friction and the performance gaps and the App Store walls, what is the one mindset shift that a founder should have to move on from this, building mentality to the shipping mentality?
That's the risk that needs to be taken. It's a real risk. It's a real strategic decision. It's a real do or die decision that the founder has to take. If you ship it in time, you are doing it. Else you are dying it. The founder should understand that, imbibe into his mind, imbibe into his brains, and make it, put it in bold letters on his cabin, in front of his cabin, ship when ready. Don't wait for upgrades. Don't wait for updates. It doesn't make sense. See, what you're shipping? You're shipping a medicine for solving a pain.
Yes.
Just ship the medicine.
Yeah.
Let the people use it. Buy it from you, use it. Once they use it, they will have allergies. They will have symptoms.
Yes.
They will get back to you with the symptoms. Do what do you need for that? Why do you want to spend time? Why do you want to waste time just building medicines, a package of medicines? Like there's a strategy nowadays in marketing, you bundle things. That's basically to sell more.
Yes.
You should ship values, not colors, not freebies, not add-ons. You should ship value. If you ship value, customers will pay for that. And once they pay, they will surely come back to you with feedback. If you're nearby, they'll come and beat you also. Be happy to take it. And that is the real feedback that you should upgrade on or work on solving.
Yeah.
That's how you grow your customer base. If you solve one customer's or 10 customers' problem, they're going to tell another 10 people or 100 people that this is good. I had this problem that has been solved. Now this is usable. I'm happy with this. And you get an additional 10 customers also.
Yes.
What do you want more? You get more customers, you got happy customers, you get paying customers, and you get feedback from customers which you can just need to implement and not beat your brains.
Yeah.
That's the best way of doing business. Why don't people understand that? You know, Apple or Microsoft has a beta program with them.
Yeah.
They build up applications, put it on beta, and there are nerds who are interested in breaking the beta to get the adrenaline of it, that
Yeah.
I could break Apple's software.
Yeah.
And what does Apple and Windows do, Microsoft do? They take these feedbacks and upgrade their system.
Yeah.
They don't spend money in hiring 100 developers to test this.
Yes.
They are getting it done for free. Understand, if they work that way, why do you work the other way around? You don't even have the kind of money those guys have in their banks.
Always take the easier way. Why have to complicate things?
Yes, the easier way, the simpler way you take, there is a lot more clarity in what you do.
Yes.
Whereas if you are taking the complicated way, you lose clarity, you lose focus, you get frustrated. With frustration comes you are unfocused and you don't know really what you are doing.
Yes.
And this is what happens with most of the founders. This is where they get stuck.
Okay, so as we come to the conclusion of the session, what would be the key takeaways that founders can take from the session?
Great, you have made it small so that founders don't lose focus
Yes.
on what we discussed.
Yes.
I'm sure they must have taken down notes also, and these notes are the Bible for them. If they implement as per this, they are going to be 100% successful, and that's guaranteed by me. If they want me to support them in that guarantee, we are there with them. The first thing is know the readiness level. Demo ready is not market ready. Demo ready, if you say is equal to market ready, that's wrong. That's what 95% of startups do today, and that's where they fail. Number one. Number two, keep talking to the customers beforehand, before starting the coding. So when you have finished your MVP, you can go with these customers and these customers will pay for you. And with that payment, they will give you the feedback that can help you iterate, that can help you upgrade, that can give them more features. This is very important for them. And please understand, UX is not optional. UX is not what colors you like. You may like a color. Does your ICP like that color? You need to do a research on that. You need to talk to them to understand. Ask your customers, 15 customers or 20, do you like red color in the dashboard? If they all 20 says yes, then implement that. Whether you may not like it, but they like it. So what they like is what is important in the UX. So make sure the UX is not optional. Also keep it simple. By keeping things simple, life becomes easier for the user. And if life becomes easier for the user, he is ready to pay.
Yes.
User pays for two things in life. One is making his life easy.
Yes.
Number two is solving his pain. The third thing is reducing his time. If he can save time, he can pay you. In today's world, time is the most important asset. If you can save 1 hour of anybody from his daily effort, he can pay you $20 a month or $50 a month. But you just tell him this is what saves, and that should really save his time. That's so UX is very important there. And launch imperfect, as I already told. Howsoever imperfect is, if the basic pain killer is there in that, launch it. If you launch, you can learn fast. Unless you launch, you cannot learn. So here what happens, if you keep on developing, you are making a whole system. Now when the day you launch, you start learning, you need to unlearn all these things and then learn again from the feedback you got. So why do you want to do and undo things? Do only what is needed. All startups should take care. See, these 4-5 things are the most important things that needs to be written in bold, printed and put up on your in front of your table so you see it day and night whenever you sit on the table, and never bifurcate from there. You are launching a startup, and startup you are launching with an MVP. You know a pain area, a market gap that you are trying to accede to, that you are trying to support to, that you are trying to solve that problem. Kill the pain. You are giving a painkiller. And that painkiller cannot be a bundle offer. It has to be one offer. Once that pain is killed with that, then you can add on vitamins, you can add on other things, boosters. That happens. That's what we call bells and whistles in any software development. So do that and you're always successful. Now, anyone you feel that you need someone to guide and support you, consult with you, advise you onto the technicalities of this, how a market ready can be built from a demo ready application, or where the changes need to happen, we are there to support you. That's what we have been doing for 2 decades now with companies in the US. Feel free to connect with us or share this to someone who has been doing this. We can support you. We can guarantee you that you will be successful. The only line in bold is you do what we say. Else no guarantees.
Okay. Thank you, sir. It was a very simple breakdown, and I'm sure this will be a turning point for many founders.
Yes, sure. This should be the turning point. I'd like to see that the startups going to grave from 95%, 90% should come down to at least 40-50%.
Yes.
And that 50% should be because they don't have the right ICP. They have not found out the real pain area that really keeps people awake at 2 a.m. in the morning. Unless that, you should be successful. There is no reason why you can't get success. I don't find a reason. If someone has a reason, let me know. I'll also learn from you. I don't find a reason for even after 2 decades of working with startups.